Well, Apex and I have been friends for years now. We're not playing together because we're friends, but he's obviously a really good player. I think he knows how to play with me. We are most of the time together on the map and on the positions and stuff. So we know to play with each other. Um, and he's also really important to me. Like as a star player, as an AWPer, he helps me a lot. He always put me in the best conditions. Um, he also knows a lot of. He has a huge knowledge about the game, about the utilities, about the maps themselves. He has a lot of knowledge, and it's really important at our level. And he, of course, is also like really good. From a perspective, it's been pretty nice. Back then in Envious, I was not really like super happy about how my in-game leader was using me. Uh, well, it's an in-game leader decision, right? You have to respect it. Um, so yeah, I think it is definitely one of the in-game leader I prefer to play under because he knows how to make me play. He knows what are my weaknesses. He knows my strength as well. So he's trying to play on my strengths as much as possible and on other players' strength. So that's really good. To be honest, there is no one that has been would impress me. I'm not scared of anyone. Uh, I would say that it's more like teams that are annoying to play against, like, such as VP, VP Gambit, maybe that kind of teams that likes to play with like that have like a really they are smart players, right? So they make individual moves sometimes that are just disturbing your defense and make like panic in your team. So yeah, those kind of teams. Well, back then I used to play with him for maybe 2 years, maybe less, a bit less, but still, it's always nice. It was always nice to play with him. He's you can ask most of the French in. He would say that he's the best teammate everyone ever had. Um, he's really smart. He's a complete player. He's a really complete player, and as a coach, he helped me a lot because he used to be an helper, and him and I have a kind of different style of opening. I'm more aggressive, he's more passive and positioning. Uh, so basically, he made my game style more complete. Uh, he helped me a lot at the beginning of the team, and yeah, I get to learn a lot from him, and I'm still learning. Well, it's been a really long time. I still think these players, all of them are legends. But yeah, I think it would be right time for them to maybe have something new. They have their roster for 2 years, the exact same roster, maybe more than 2 years actually, much more. But however, I think there's gonna be some movement in VP. I don't really have an opinion about it. I think they are really like I don't know. One day they can shine and be the best team in the world, and the next day they can just lose to a lower team, like a much lower team. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's time for them to have something new. I think the only one that can fill my role perfectly and better than not better than I do, but as good as I do will be Fallen. He will even be able to in-game leading, so it will be amazing. Maybe yeah, no Fallen, yeah, because there is no one that can fill my role. Well, I would say our inconsistency. We are really famous for being either inconsistent or just shining for 6 months and then go down and just not really able to bounce back. Uh, we're really able for being stubborn, maybe arrogant sometimes, having big egos. which is not really wrong, to be honest. So yeah, I think the picture people have about the French scene is not entirely the truth, but it's also not entirely wrong. I would say the greatest moment was, well, that's my opinion because I know that my teammates don't have the same. But the best something I have from 2017 was the ASL Pro League Finals, where we won. We won the tournament. Um, the crowd was entirely cheering for us, which was something really nice. I like the atmosphere in the stadium. I like the fact that we struggled a lot to reach the final with the online season, even the group stage. So yeah, I would say definitely the ASL Pro League. Well, obviously QBF. Like the first upset was kind of like the fact that they managed to go through the qualifier, which is a performance in itself. Um, Afterwards, we didn't expect them to qualify for the playoff, especially that they qualified with 3-1, beating Gambit, Mouse Esports. So yeah, I think they showed a lot of good stuff during this tournament. The game style is like it's really predictable, I would say. But if you're not ready, you can be surprised really quickly by the game style because it's really aggressive and like it can be stupid somehow. But it's not super stupid, to be honest. It's just super simple, really simple and stacked. So yeah, I think like the upset made it because of the game style. The op I have, the Asimov one, Magic Stick. It's the most precious thing I have in my uh, in my inventory. Definitely not the most expensive, but it has something important to me. Like I will not sell it after like maybe in few years, but for that's the most meaningful skin I have. I would say I have a lot of them. I like going to San Francisco. I don't really like the US, to be honest, but San Francisco has been super nice. I've been impressed by cities like Bucharest in Romania. Uh, I like London. There is a bunch of cities that I will enjoy being there. But there is also the part where you're going to bad cities. Not bad city in a bad way. Just the fact that there is nothing really interesting. Like I remember going to Sao Paulo in Brazil, and like going to Brazil is it's amazing, but like Sao Paulo is not. It's definitely not the most attractive cities there.
For more CSGO interviews and analysis, subscribe to our channel. You can also find stats, discussions, and more on our website and mobile app at blitzesports.com.